Welcome back to my channel, you guys. I am back. It's me, CMC News, aka Candace, here to give episode 18 recap of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So if you are new here, thank you. Welcome. Please subscribe, like, and comment down below. I give recaps when I can of the Real Housewives episodes. Right now I'm doing Beverly Hills, and I am looking forward to doing other franchises and maybe venturing out to other Bravo shows as well. But we're gonna kick back up because my last video was interrupted, but I am back, my door's closed, and we are here at the next morning in Aspen, episode 18. We are still in Aspen. We are getting closer to figuring out what happened with Kathy and everything. But right now, we are on the meltdown of Miss Erika Jane. Miss I'm not caving because people think I should feel some way, and pumping her chest and everything and leaving and storming out of Kyle's house. And it was a lot. Kyle was upset. Crystal got cursed out. Sutton sat her ass on the couch and stayed out of it, thankfully. Erika was in rare form. She showed her ass. And you know what? Reena got her out of there, rightfully so, before she did anything else to ruin her already sullied reputation. So, the next morning, Reena and Kyle are talking in the morning about the night's events and how defensive Erika was and just what happened. They also go for a walk with Stormy, the little dog that Kyle brought her, German Shepherd, Kathy, and Reena. We get a small little scene of Dorit comforting Erika in bed. So Erika had been apparently crying all night. Dorit was there with her, and they were just, Erika was talking about how she just can't take it anymore. She's getting her butt kicked by the world. She doesn't need to be in a friend group anymore where she is constantly questioned and she can't say everything she wants to say. And, she feels that she can't express herself in the way that these women want her to express herself. So I can understand that. As much as I do think Erika needs to show compassion, I don't know if she has it at this point, but I can also understand, I'm not gonna answer these questions anymore. She did that all last season. I think she answered and said everything that she could. She shared, she overshared, she went there. She also behaved very ugly last year too, and many times this year as well. So with that said, we are now at a cafe with Reena, Kyle, and the other girls, and Garcelle and Crystal, and we learned that Erika checked out of Kyle's house. She checked out completely, packed her shit, and went to Diana's. So when Erika stormed out last night and Reena got her all in the car and gathered her together, they went to Diana's, packed up her stuff. She had those big trunks, and she left Kyle's house because she did not feel comfortable staying there anymore. She shared with Dorit. She did not want to be in the group of women who are going to continue to accuse her and berate her and want answers for things that she feels that she can't answer, that she didn't do. So Kyle is stunned. She's stunned. She can't believe it got there. She can't believe that Erika, didn't wake up in the morning and talk to her about it. Kyle's feelings are really hurt, and we'll hear more about that. Then we have Dorit, Diana, and Erika are at, I'm not sure how to say this, guys, Ogier. I don't know if it's Ogre. They're at Ogre. In Aspen, I'm sure it's Ogier or something like that. It's this fancy freaking buy snowsuit store. And they are shopping there, looking, I don't know if they're shopping there. Look like they just came there to hang out. It's a store, but they didn't seem to be doing any shopping. None of them. They looked and then they sat down literally in the store to talk. And Erika joins them. It was Dorit and Diana first, and then Erika came. And Dorit asked Erika, listen, are you going to go to Kimosabi? Which is this hat store that Kyle has been talking about since she got to Aspen. And it's one of her favorite places. She loves it. She loves getting hats made. Kyle loves hats. And she wants the girls to go there. I guess they have a bar upstairs. And she just really wants to share with them this experience of there. Erika says no. She doesn't want to be around any of them. She says she might even fly home commercial, honey, because she doesn't want to be there with them. I'm like, damn, okay, Erika's really she's not going to act as if and pretend. And I'm thinking to myself, all the times that Sutton got her ass verbally chewed up and had to go be around you guys and had to fly on Diana's plane and couldn't even sit with them, but you can't even just like muster up the strength to go, okay, Erika. But you know, she's in her feelings. I think at the end of the day, you know, although I feel like Erika is such a cold person, she's also super sensitive when it comes to herself. You know, I'm not sure what her sign is. So I feel like she's a Cancer. Not sure if she is though. Let me know. I don't know her birthday. But she's like, you know, again, she's like, I'm getting beat up daily by the world. There's article after article, comment after comment. I'm dragged on, you know, she's dragged on social media. I don't want to go around my group of friends that also treat me like this and beat me up like this. I can't say I blame her. I mean, as much as I think, again, I'm going to repeat myself over and over, as much as I think the woman needs to give us something, I understand that she just needs to, you know, enjoy herself when she's in this environment. But you know what, Erika, when things are coming up, this earring thing is a current event. They're not just asking to just go searching for it. It's a current event. There's still things coming up at this time in Erika's life with her lawsuits. There was a time when it was something every day with these lawsuits. So now they're getting far and few in between. But, you know, this was something that came up, the earrings. So, but Erika said, listen, I got some good news today. Are they talking about that? The lawsuit in Chicago was dismissed. And apparently this lawsuit is what kind of spiraled everything. And the ladies, you know, Diana and Dorit are like, you know, congratulations. And Erika's like, you know, did any of them mention that after, you know, they had all the facts last night and I was defending myself and now my lawsuit's dismissed? Okay, Erika, I'll give you that win. Your lawsuit is dismissed in Chicago. So meanwhile, back at the cafe, though, they do bring up the case that was dismissed, and Sutton shares that this is the case that actually they wanted her to participate in. Crystal brings up the lawsuit is dismissed in Illinois, but it is being moved to California and it is being refiled. So Erika is not out of the woods with this lawsuit. They do pan back to Erika and them at the store, and she notices while they're hanging out at the store that Kyle and them have now left the cafe to go to Wabi Sabi or Kimosabi, whatever it's called. And she sees them walking by and she's like, oh, there they are right there. And they're kind of like, oh my God, like, don't let them see. Well, Kathy tries to go in the store. She sees the store. I don't think she sees them, but she's just like, oh, let me go in the store. Probably is familiar with the store. She's rich. She's shopped at this rich store before. And, they go, oh, the door is locked. Should we unlock it? The gentleman, and they're like, don't unlock it. So I will say that from the freaking trailer, that scene was like stunning. Like I was shaking. I was physically shaking when I saw that scene because I was like, oh my God, they locked Kathy out of the store. It wasn't that dramatic. It was literally like Kathy tried to go in the store and the door was locked and she's moved on. Erika actually said on Watch What Happens Live after show that Crystal tried to go in the store first, or Garcelle, or one of them tried to go in first. Door was locked, Kathy tried, and they just moved on. So they didn't purposely like just keep Kathy out of the store, but they didn't want to see any of the ladies, which I don't blame them. So finally, we are at the Kimosabi hat store where they make custom hats. The ladies are settling in upstairs. They've got a private little area upstairs that Kyle has set up for them. They're making drinks. And Kathy's tequila is also at the bar. And Kathy's very excited about it. She goes, oh, they have my tequila. And so we get a flashback of, again, all the times that Kathy has like shilled her tequila to the ladies. I don't remember all this, but she really has mentioned her tequila many times. And I'm not hating on that because how many times have we heard of Reena Beauty? How many store openings has Kyle done? You know, they all do this. Like Sutton has a store. They all are repping their things. Kathy, she's got a little tequila. Everybody likes tequila, a little tequila every now and then. Okay, so Kathy is shilling her tequila. Her tequila's here. And so you get Reena, and I'm thinking, okay, do not tell me that everything we've been waiting to see all season and this big secret and all these receipts about Kathy Hilton is over this damn tequila. So you have Reena going up to the bar, and she's like, can I get a shot of that 818? It's my friend Kendall Jenner's tequila. And you have Kathy in the background like, did she just really do that? I can't believe she said that. And Reena's like, you know, yeah, can I get a shot of that? It's my friend's tequila. Oh, and she, oh, mm, oh, okay, that's really sweet. Isn't that sweet? Oh, it's so sweet. So her and the bartender are talking about how good Kendall Jenner's tequila is. Kathy is mad. She is pissed. She is mad. She's like, Kendall Jenner's tequila. Like, she's literally mocking it. She's going around telling anyone who will listen that she's pissed that Reena is talking about this tequila right in front of her. She even says, I can't believe she did this in front of, and Kyle doesn't even say anything. And Kyle's like, Kathy, just calm down. Just take it easy. Kathy is mad. She is so mad that she decides to leave. So Kathy clearly is taking this very personally, that she has her own tequila here and that Reena is choosing to drink someone else's tequila. Reena does say in the confessional that, listen, I have 3 friends who have tequila. I think she's friends with Cindy Crawford and them and her husband's tequila, which I like, Casamigos, I think it is. And now Kendall's tequila and Kathy. I think she was including the 3rd person. So I don't see why you can't try any of them. Yeah, if I get an opportunity to try 818, I'd probably try it too. But Kathy's pissed and she leaves. And Kyle, I think there were some words exchanged between Kathy and Kyle says, listen, this is the difference between friends and sisters. Kathy's words really affected Kyle. She's kind of tearful and, you know, looks kind of down about it. And then we have Maurizio joins them. And I want to say, you know, Maurizio comes on, Kyle's like, everyone's like, where you been? You know, and he has been kind of absent. He's like, I was on the mountain. Listen, Maurizio wasn't lying when he said he was coming to ski. And I actually am pleasantly, I'm happy with the way Maurizio was on this girls trip. Maurizio seems, you know, I've had some issues with him this season with laughing at the, you know, sake of Garcelle's son and all that stuff. But I think Maurizio, all rumors aside, is a good husband. And he seems like someone you could be around Maurizio and talk and not be like, oh, you know, like some people have really uptight husbands and you just can't talk in front of them or whatever. So I think it's really cool that he's like, that ain't nobody but Mo. Like, okay, Mo over there smoking. He's high. Like, he's just chilling. And he gave the women their space. He wasn't all up in the women's business. He wasn't fighting the girls, Joe Gorga. He was minding his business. He came around when it came to do the heavy lifting, cook, you know, have a couple of drinks, but he was out of there. Mo was probably in the room listening to all the drama on his phone, sleep, drink, smoking, like living his life. You really don't see him much. The ladies really do have their space. And I like that. I think he did it great. If you're going to bring your husband on a girls trip, which I don't think I ever would, but if like I was going to one of his absolute favorite places, I would be like, please keep your ass scarce, because I do not want to hear my friends' mouths about me bringing my man on my trip and nobody else brought theirs. Anyway, so the ladies are enjoying more drinks. And then we get back to Diana, Erika, and Dorit, and they're all walking around Aspen. They find a little pizza shop, just super casual. They go have a pizza. As they're walking, though, they're like talking about like stores and things, and Erika makes a joke to Diana, like, I'm trying to live through you, girl. Go buy some stuff. Because, you know, Diana's got all the money. You know, she's very wealthy. And Erika's broke. But Erika is literally wearing the $1.5 million diamonds. And Dorit is like, is it a good look to wear, you know, the diamonds? No. Does it take a ballsy person to wear the diamonds that they're in a lawsuit over? Yes. You know, it's like, Erika, girl. Like, come on. So they go to this little pizza place, and Dorit decides to go to the bathroom, or has to go to the bathroom, and they start ordering drinks. Erika orders Dorit's drink. She goes, she'll have a Belvedere Club Soda, 3 lemons. I was like, carcass out. Erika, what's the damn carcass out? So Dorit comes back. She's like, oh, you ordered my drink. And she's like, yeah. She's like, did you get it right? She goes, yeah. She goes, you did everything right, Erika, except. And she's like, oh, the carcass out. And I'm like, I'm glad to hear that she knows that's ridiculous. But no, she ordered a tall glass instead of a short glass. So Dorit's drink is Belvedere, club soda, short glass, 3 lemons, carcass out. Okay. I literally cannot wait to go to somewhere that has like a really good bar selection and like literally order this carcass out. Like, I'm literally going to order this. I don't drink a lot of liquor, but I'm going to order my drink, and I'm ordering a Belvedere Club Soda, 3 lemons, carcass out. I can't wait to see what they say. So anyway, meanwhile, we are back at Kimosabi, and they're getting their hats done and distressed, and they seem to be having a good time. Dorit decides, she's at the dinner with Erika and Diana, who's really subdued, by the way. Diana did mention that she was missing her baby, because her baby just, can't understand why her mom is not there, and I get that. It's a young age. They just don't get it. So Diana does seem kind of subdued, but she's there. And Dorit calls Kyle on FaceTime, and Dorit tells her, I'm not going to be able to make it, because Kyle's like, Dorit, like, where are you? We've been calling you guys all day. Apparently none of the ladies were answering their phone, the other group. Erika wasn't responding to text. She didn't even respond to Reena. She was just cool on everybody today. But the ladies went on about their day. Well, Dorit tells her, look, I'm comforting Erika. I can't make it. I just don't think I can make it, Kyle. Kyle lights in her ass. She's like, Dorit, seriously, it's going to hurt my feelings if you don't show up. If you don't come, I'm going to have problems with you. So Dorit is like, but Kyle, she was literally crying all night, and Kyle don't want to hear that shit. Hangs up on her. Dorit comes back in, and she's like, I'm in shock. Like, I can't believe it. And Erika's like, go. Just go. Your friendship with Kyle means more than what I've got going on right now. And Dorit's like, I don't understand how this became us versus them. And she's like, teams. And she goes, oh, and by the way, did they mention my dropped lawsuit? And, Dorit's like, no. But Dorit's also saying, and I get where Dorit's coming from. Look, this isn't about choosing sides. Kyle, I know you want me to go to your hat store, okay? But we had a friend in crisis. So should everyone have just left Erika's side, is what maybe Kyle thinks. I think Kyle felt a little upset that, Dorit chose to go stay with Diana. Erika left her house to go stay with Diana. They don't know Diana that well. They've just essentially met her. They're all going to her hotel, running with her. It's kind of like, come on, we've had this plan for months. I've been wanting to show you my most favorite place in the world. And, back at Kimosabi, Kyle is crying. She's like, look, Erika could have came here. She could have been polite. We could have talked about it later, and we could have tabled it the way we do in this group, which is true. How many times has my son been cursed the hell out and had to show up, sit there, and really just go through the motions with this ladies? Countless times. But no, Erika, after she showed her ass, doesn't want to show up and doesn't want to be around anybody, and this is her first fight with Kyle, and she can't show up. Erika's cool on them. She doesn't want to be there. So Reena's like, look, I'm going to go. I'm going to find them. I'm going to try to make this right. So Reena leaves, and it's kind of funny. They show her really strutting down the street. And she's like, look, it's a small town. I'm going to look in some stores. I'm going to see where they are. And she finds them. Now, I don't know, maybe Dorit sent her a little ping, but essentially she found them, okay? Or production. Somebody said, look, they're at the pizza shop up the street. So Reena goes, she finds them. She walks in. They're actually happy to see her. She ends up hugging Erika, and she tells Erika, look, girl, I got your back. Erika's like, I know. Erika just probably one of those days where even if you're not mad at someone, you just don't want to be on your phone. So Erika explains, Reena sits down and she explains that Kyle is hurting and she really wanted to show off her store. And Erika interrupts and she's like, oh, well, I want to share something too. Did they know what happened to me today? And it's just so funny because at every opportunity now this morning, Erika is throwing in there how her lawsuit's dropped. She wants anyone who will listen to know that her freaking lawsuit is dropped. So Reena is there to be the voice of reason. And she's like, look, why don't you come to dinner? Why don't you come? We'll discuss this calmly. And I'm just watching this like, wow, look at Reena not berating anybody. Look at Reena being a good person. Look at Reena just really trying to really truly resolve issues. Why can't she do that with the other girls? I guess, she's just not really their friends. It doesn't give a damn about their feelings, but her real friend, she cares. So anyways, they go back to Kyle's. Everyone leaves Wabi-Sabi, whatever it's called, and they all go back to Kyle's. Everyone goes back to their respective places to get ready to go to dinner this night. So Reena goes back to Kyle's as well, and when she gets there, Kyle's again explaining that she's so hurt, And she just can't believe that Dorit went to her. Brenna's trying to tell her, look, Erika needed somebody. And Kyle's like, Erika was a jerk last night. She was in the wrong. She doesn't understand why Dorit chose Erika over her. Sometimes people need you to be there for you, though, Kyle, even if they're wrong. Sometimes you don't need to be in that moment. You don't need to be berated about being wrong. You just need to be held. You just need, it's like when your kid is tantruming and you're like, wow, this is, sometimes you just got to be quiet. You got to just calm them down. Then we talk about the behavior and what happened, because she's not going to hear it. So, she wasn't, Kyle wasn't trying to hear it. She didn't want to hear that shit. And Dorit ends up coming. And Dorit storms over there. And she's like, look, I am here. You're going to talk to me. I'm not going to be hung up on, ignored. Kyle doesn't want to talk to her. She's like, Dorit, I don't want to do this. And Dorit's like, Kyle, like, you're breaking my heart. Like, I want to talk. And Kyle's like, look, I can't believe, you didn't show up. This has been planned for a year. And Dorit's like, she was crying her eyes out. She was just so, and Kyle's like, fuck off, I don't care. And I was like, whoa. Like, I couldn't believe that. And like, Dorit was like, okay, Kyle. Like, so they have it out, and Reena comes in. She goes, ladies, let's put a pin in it. Let's pin it. Let's pin it. Kyle, go get ready. Dorit, go get ready. Dorit's like, I am ready. And that was like so funny to me. And I'm like, Dorit was really dressed down, but she was ready. She was wearing all black. And I'm just like, Dorit's in a rut when she's like not dripped. Like, she's not showing all her stuff. And the fact that Reena didn't think Dorit was dressed was like hilarious to me. And here comes Dorit out of nowhere, probably finished just, doing his thing. Comes down. He's like, okay, on behalf of PK, like, we need to talk. So he gives them this little like speech, tells them, you guys are fighting about an entity that is not even you. Has nothing to even really do with you. You guys are fighting about a friend supporting another friend, and this friend hurt this friend, but this friend is not mad at this friend, but just needed to be there for that friend. So they hug it out, but Kyle needs more time. So Kyle stays back while the ladies go to dinner because they're ready. So they go ahead and they walk over to dinner. They get to dinner, the ladies arrive. Brenna's greeting everybody because Kyle isn't there. Kyle does arrive about 10 minutes later. And when Kyle does get there, she starts explaining they're at this restaurant. I want to say that for Aspen being like this like expensive luxury place, a lot of the spots they're going to look kind of like dive bar-ish to me. I don't know. Maybe this is just, I mean, it's a mountain town, and mountain towns have a feel about it, but this is like a fancy mountain town. Now, I'm not too far from Big Bear, so I've been to Big Bear, I've been to Lake Arrowhead. I've stayed in some really nice cabins, and I've stayed in some like really rickety cabins, and they just have a certain feel about them. Like, no matter how nice they are, they're just kind of dusty, but it's in a good way. You're just having a good time. It's a kind of a laid back vibe. I've also been to Lake Tahoe, which is freaking beautiful, and I stayed in a really nice hotel in Lake Tahoe. But with that said, I'm just kind of like, they're talking about, I'm thinking to myself, like, I can't afford to go to Aspen, but I'm not too impressed with where they've been. Now, the ladies' wardrobes and things and their mountain gear and all that is great. It's certainly trumped on my Amazon finds that I ordered for us whenever we go to these mountain places. But anyway, so they're at this like dive bar, as far as I'm concerned, and they're like eating charcuterie boards, and they're gonna like eat some pizza. And Kyle starts talking about her fight with Dorit and how, she was hurt and what she was hurt about. And as she's talking, Erika arrives. Erika goes to the bar. Erika and Diana arrive. And Kyle goes straight up to the bar. Before she does that, though, she talks to Garcelle. She's like, oh, God, I'm so nervous. Can you talk to me for a few minutes? Garcelle's like, okay. And she's like, I'm so nervous. She goes, yeah, it's a little awkward. So she's like, I want to go talk to her. So, but before that, let me back up. Dorit was explaining how broken Erika was, which was a shock for Garcelle to hear, because she's like, Erika always comes off so strong. I'm so surprised to hear how broken she was, which, it doesn't take a scientist to know that that's a facade, maybe, but how much she truly feels, I don't know. So Kyle does go to the bar, and she's like, can I talk to you? Erika's like, yeah, for sure. She's like, can I hug you? She's like, yeah. She gives her a hug. And in short, Kyle just explains, I want you to show some empathy. And Erika's like, I cannot say and give you guys what you want right now. Kyle's like, a lawyer can't tell you not to have emotions. And Erika doubles down. She's just like, it's not her problem. It's Gerardi Keys. She's not responsible. She says, I feel bad for the victims. I've said this before. They're going to be taken care of, but it won't be for a while. I inherited this problem. Kyle's just listening, and I think in this moment, Kyle just realizes, you know what? This girl's not going to give me what I want. I got to just move forward with this. I want to be her friend. I don't like that we're fighting. I got to move on. So they hug it out. And Garcelle does point out that there's a difference in the rules between this group. She's like, wow, Kyle and Erika talk for 2 minutes and they're good. But, you know, Sutton questions Erika, and she's given her grief for like the last over a year and holding a grudge on her, is so angry with her. All the women are. So then we get it, which I agree with. I mean, it's true. But I think the main point is that Kyle's her real friend, whatever that means to Erika, and Sutton didn't get there. And I mean, it took years for Erika to get to this point that she is at with these ladies. So she didn't get there with Sutton. Now, Dorit and Crystal have a little scene where they're talking, and Crystal points out that, you know, the group just wants her to have compassion, yet she has none for, Crystal wants to point out that Erika wants the group to have compassion for Erika, yet Erika has no compassion for the victims. Crystal's like, there's no misunderstanding about her position. And Dorit, you know, says a little spill or says a couple of things, and Crystal tells her, and there's no misunderstanding about your position. I was like, damn, mic drop. And you can see Dorit just like, well, you don't have all the facts. None of us do. And Crystal's like, look, I have a certain moral compass, and I want to know that the people I surround myself also have that. And Dorit is just stunned because you know what? It's true. So pizza arrives, they start eating, they're joking around, they're drinking some more, and they actually start joking with Erika, they as in Reena and Kyle, about the way Erika acted when she was going off, how she had her leg up and she was just like all in everyone's face. So they start laughing about that, and Crystal's like, wow, you know, I'm the one who got screamed at all night, and if I did that, ain't no way we'd be joking the next day. We'd be talking about this forever. And it wouldn't be funny today, which is true. So Crystal, in her head, is like, you know, her wheels are turning. And she sits down and she's like, Erika, I don't like the way you talked to me last night. And Erika's like, okay. Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. You don't like the way okay, and Erika's like, I've been nothing but nice to you, but all of a sudden I'm in this mess, and you and your ego, and you know, and Crystal's like, my ego, what are you talking about? And she's like, first of all, yeah, you've been nice to me. I never said you weren't nice to me. And Erika's like, you know, you want all the facts and I don't have to explain anything to you, and you want the law. And Crystal's like, you called me an asshole. Erika's like, because you are. I put my arms around you in Mexico and held you. And she goes, and legit, thank you for that. She goes, but this is about victims. So they go back and forth arguing about that. And what I don't like is that when anybody does bring up the victims to Erika wants to be like, well, you just want to make yourself feel good. Oh, you just want to be, you know, it's your ego. What are you talking about? It's not an ego. This is a person with real feelings who's watching this unfold and has actual emotions. Erika, you should try it. This isn't, I'm not trying to pretend like I care to be cute. Like, are you trying to pretend like to care because you just really have no emotions, whatever. So they don't really resolve it. Erika even into it saying, you know what, maybe I should have been so nice to you. And I don't know what Crystal's comeback should have been. I think Crystal held her own. Her voice wasn't shaky. I'm the type, like, when I get really, really mad, I'm not scared, but my voice will shake sometimes because I'm just like boiling inside, and I'm just like, oh my God, I hate that about myself. Like, people probably think I'm scared. I'm like, I'm not scared. I'm just like at this point where I'm like going to freaking explode. But Crystal held it together. She did a great job. And, you know, the night just kind of ends with them saying, you know what, Crystal, we got to just wait for it to play out. I don't know what's going to happen between Crystal and Erika. But as they're leaving, they decide they're going to do another round. They're going to go to the Caribou Club, which is an exclusive bar in Denver, high-end. You have to be a member. You have to be dressed appropriately to even get in. So A-Team goes. A-Team, Reena, Diana, Kyle, Erika, I think I said that, and Kathy. They're going to go. B-Team, Garcelle, Sutton, Cherie, and Crystal are going home. Okay, I think Dorit goes with them, maybe. I don't know where Dorit goes. I actually didn't see if she went, but we'll find out more next week. So this is where it all pops off, you guys. We are getting there. We are getting closer. We are getting to the Kathy meltdown. We're getting to whatever Kathy said and all this stuff, okay? So they show the ladies in the van going. They're saying, oh, I'm not really dressed right. Hopefully we can get in because this place is so exclusive. They wouldn't even let Kris Jenner in the last time she was there because she was wearing a coat and they wanted her to take her coat off and she wouldn't. So they're just really explaining this place is exclusive. So we get a black screen and then they say several hours later, and there's a text from Lisa texting Erika, Kathy had a complete meltdown. I'm locked in my room. I'm in my room. She's like, Reena has a confessional and she's like, I know Kathy as this really refined woman, really sweet, kind. She goes, the world thinks Kathy Hilton is something that she is not. Dun, dun, dun. To be continued. So take it with a grain of salt. I don't know. Kathy clearly blows up. That's not to be disputed. But what is to be disputed is, what did Kathy say? Whatever she said some of it at the club because apparently only Reena and Erika heard it. And then whatever outbursts, additional stuff she has, she said it at Kyle's house is what I'm gathering. I don't know whether to believe Reena on everything because Reena is a liar. She's lied about, Harry being upset about things. She's lied about a lot of things, but she recently about Harry being mad about the sauce he wasn't. So we shall see what happens there. I'm excited to finally get there. Aspen has not disappointed. It's been a lot of ups, or downs. I don't know. It's ups as in like the drama. So, but yeah, like, what do you guys think of this episode? I mean, do you think the ladies need to lay off Erika? Even if we feel Erika is guilty and is warranted with this, do they need to lay off? Should Erika give these earrings back? Was Erika wrong to leave Kyle's house? Kyle was very, very hurt that Erika packed her shit and left. She thought they were better friends of that. What do you guys think about how these ladies can be so compassionate with each other and are just like, breaking down doors and crying, and it's breaking their heart to see them cry, but where's the compassion for poor Sutton who's been like beat up every episode? They sure can feel sorry for Kyle's feelings can be hurt, and Kyle's crying and can't leave and needs 10 more minutes because someone didn't go to her little hat store, but fucking Sutton is being cursed out every episode and being mistreated, and that's just, she just, Diana just needed to get that off her chest. And, I've never seen Erika go off like this. Well, Kyle, now that Erika has gone off on you and left your house, do you still think it's okay that Erika went off because, in 7 years she needs to blow some steam? It's okay when she's cursing out Garcelle's son, right, baby? But when it comes to you, she can't go to your hat store, you're crying. No. The double standards is disgusting with this show. I'm sick of it. So, loud noise outside. Let me know what you think. What do you think of the double standards? What do you think about how hurt Kyle was? Does she have a right to be so hurt? What do you think about Kyle piping up all of a sudden? She's so concerned about Erika's behavior. I can't defend that, Erika. I can't defend that. If you say that, I'm your friend, but I can't defend it. What do you guys think? Is this for show? Is this real? Is she really mad? Are these girls just, I don't know. It's a lot. So let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. And thank you for listening if you have continued to listen. And I can't wait to bring another recap next week. Thank you. Have a good night.